What's up, guys? Welcome to Run It Back with Blair Bomber. I do not look like Kelly Slater. I don't. I wish that I did, but I don't. And that's why I shaved my face. First time in podcast history, I'm doing podcasts in back-to-back days. So that feels pretty good. Because yesterday, if I'm being really honest with you guys, got a little bit toasted. Blair had a couple beers, and then it felt like it was time to say some stuff on the pod. So the Kelly Who podcast, that one's a little bit off the rails. So if you like a short and sweet one that's a little bit intense and kind of vulgar and might get me in some trouble down the road, then go listen to that one, episode 77, I think maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right. Episode 77. I'm also trying something new out. How do you like the new setup? It's not bad, right? It's a little bit different. I mean, here's the thing. I don't want to spend money on lights. I'm a cheap guy. Most of what I have here was given to me. Okay, so I don't want to go out and spend, an extra $40 on lights. $40 on lights, Blair, that's nothing. Yeah, well, dude, I haven't gotten my money from the government yet. Although I did just get a email saying that I should get my stimulus check here on the 6th. And once that comes through, you better believe your boy's will have to pay off what I already just spent on Nike gear. I bought some Nike stuff, okay? I got the discount, man. I get 30% off. And that might not seem like a lot, but when a pair of shorts costs $50, it's like, all right, maybe we'll spend this much money today. But I think it looks good. I think the lighting looks good. It's mid-morning pod, too, because I woke up and here's the thing. Whenever I get something done, it's usually because I'm procrastinating doing something else. Like, if I get a workout in, it's just me putting off doing the podcast. If I get the podcast done, it's just me putting off a workout. And that's how it always goes. It's like, oh, I'll do the dishes today. But Blair, what else do you have to do? Fill out unemployment. Yeah, so are the dishes that important? No, they're not. But I still think I would rather do those things. But it's not like I'm just fucking off all the way. At least when I procrastinate, I'm getting something else that's kind of not in any way important, but I think it is to myself. It's like, well, at least I'm getting stuff done. What are you going to do? It's beautiful out here, man. I sat in the sun too long. Because I went over it the last episode about how I shaved the face because I saw a Kelly Slater documentary, and I'm very impressionable. And I went outside with no sunscreen, and I just stared at the sun. I gotta get some color on my chin and my upper lip. That's literally what I thought. You know how stupid I am? That's how my mind works. It's like, all right, dude, if you shave your face, you better make sure you get some sun. So, stare at it, no sunscreen, 45 minutes. You'll be fine. And then you just feel like your scalp tighten up a little bit. You know when bacon shrinks, like you pull it out of the wrapper, like, look at this thick cut bacon, and then you heat it up in the skillet, and it just shrivels up like a cock in cold water. Like, he's like, ooh, where'd all the meat go? I read a life hack thing one time, and it was like, if you just wet the bacon, if you just rinse it off, it'll keep its length. That's a lie. Whoever told you that, Blair, is an idiot. Most of what I know, I just heard someone say in passing on the internet. And by here, I mean I read it once. And it was probably one of those ads like dude, my favorite ad right now, it's always on Pornhub. It's my favorite. So what happens is there's this cup, and it's got jizz in it. And then there's a little bottle of like, do you want more jizz? And then to the next is an empty cup, and it starts just pouring jizz-like stuff in there. And it's like, here's the average amount of jizz. It's like the bottom of the cup is covered. And then the other cup, glass, shot glass, whatever, they just start dumping a gallon of... Who wants that much jizz? Dude, if I come too much, I'm like, all right, this is just... Like, why? If I could just shoot air, I would be cool with that. Like, if every time I came, nothing came out, I think I would get more done. It's kind of like when you're a kid. When I was jerking off when I was like, I don't know, 10, just rubbing my dick on something soft till I shot air like an empty super soaker. That was the dream. No cleanup, no mess. Like, let's be honest. If someone told you tomorrow, hey, we can make it so your dog never shits. He just farts out big particles and it smells great. You'd be like, okay, yeah, Let's do that instead. I would actually love that. Can we do that right now? Perfect. I am kind of bummed out that I don't look exactly like Kelly Slater. Like, I'm getting there, I think. Once this becomes really leathery, I think I'll be closer. That guy's almost 50 and he's still jacked. You ever see somebody who's in great shape and you look up their height and weight and you hope they're way taller than you? So then you have an excuse like, oh, well, he's 6'5". And then I look up Kelly Slater and he's 5'8". It's like, fuck! We are the exact same height and weight. And I start doing sit-ups. Can you hear those birds outside? God, I fucking hate birds, dude. I don't like birds in any way. I remember watching Wild Boys and Jeff Tremaine. Yeah, Jeff Tremaine. He was the guy who directed everything. And he like loves birds. And there was a scene of him, like they thought they were between takes of doing a stunt. And he's just walking out to go look at flamingos. And they're like, bird nerd, bird nerd, bird nerd. And I identify with them yelling at him, because if I knew somebody was into birds, I would never stop giving them a hard time. What do you mean? You like birds? They're dinosaurs? You know, birds are just dinosaurs that just didn't become cool. Yeah, birds are dinosaurs. Okay. Yeah. It's like, imagine if the NBA was evolved in reverse. So they devolved. Where it's like, back in the day, they used to be super athletic like they are today. And then as every year, everyone's gotten less and less athletic. And then all of a sudden, you got Bob Cousy running around. Chuck Taylor's in one hand dribbling. It's like, well, he's just a basketball player that just, you know, is still around. Like, he's still here. You know, it's great. He's really doing a great job. Ugh. You know, they used to be great at this game. How are they now? No one goes to games. It's actually, we watch old highlights, and that's about it. That's what would happen. If things used to be a lot better, you would just watch that. Or like when people are like, the 80s were the golden age. Well, how would you go watch those games? Everybody who says that never watched a full game in the 80s. They were born in 94, and then they heard one guy on a podcast say, you know, the 80s, they really kicked the shit out of each other, and it was the most beautiful time for basketball, man, because it was all about, you had to work for those points. Yeah, when was the last time you watched any of those games? Even with the Jordan documentary, I'm watching it, and I don't want to go back. I mean, part of me gets kind of nerdy and wants to go back and maybe watch the game where Jordan dropped 63. But on the other side, I'll just watch the highlights. Same with the NFL game. I mean, you're going to watch your team play, but do you really need to know how Baltimore did? Are you going to rewatch that game from beginning to end? No, you're just going to watch the highlights because the highlights are better, and no one has time to watch the whole game. I mean, we have time right now. Nothing but time. The Bulls doc does a good job of keeping me entertained because it's 2 hours where you're just, all right, there's nothing else for me to do. I can only watch so much Euphoria before I'm like, oh, God, do I have to cut myself now? The biggest takeaway from the Jordan doc was the Jordan gambling thing. It's the Bulls doc, but it's technically the Jordan doc because all we really care about is what Jordan has to say. Like, oh, Scottie Pippen signed a bad contract. I don't care. Tell me about the time Jordan lost $1.2 million to some white dude on a golf course. That's what I want to hear. And that's what they talked about. Kind of. They went into it a little bit. It was like, at the same time, some white dude wrote a book. This is Michael Jordan and me. How we would go golf every day. Yeah, dude, I probably owe most of my friends $2 million. You ever been on a golf course? Bet you $1 million can't make that shot. And there's that one asshole friend who's like, you know, dude, for the last 10 years, you probably owe me $17.5 million. You know that, right? Get it in writing. You do it at a casino. You know, gentleman's bet. Who's going to honor a gentleman $1.2 million gambling debt? Probably, hey, Jordan, you know you owe me over $1 million. Yeah. Can I get that in writing? Can you show my lawyer that? Can we... Oh, you're going to write a book about me? I'll just say you're a douchebag and you'll go to jail probably. Oh, you went to jail? You have no clout with me. Oops. Oops, sorry, guy. That no one will know his name ever after this doc is over. I saw it last night. I still don't remember the guy's name. So who is this guy? Who is this guy again? Oh, the guy that Jordan did play golf with a couple times. They were kind of shady. Then they asked Jordan, "Do you have a gambling problem?" He's like, "I don't have a gambling problem. I have a competition problem," which is hilarious. It's like, Blair, are you addicted to sex? Yeah, no, I'm not addicted to sex. I don't have a sex problem. I have a coming problem. I just can't stop coming. I love coming, not alone. I love coming with other people who are there every day, and I can't go without it. No, it's not a sex addiction. It's a coming addiction. Okay, I'm addicted to coming. That's not the same thing. That's like what Jordan said. I don't have a gambling problem. I just fucking love competition. And you see him throwing quarters against the wall with that one guy who looked like an albino Ron Jeremy. And then Jordan loses. It's like $1 bet or whatever the fuck it was. $20 bet, whatever. And Jordan's so mad. Yeah, dude, you clearly have an addiction. And you know what else, dude? I'm going to go deep dive on the conspiracy. That's why your dad died. You guys know that, right? Jordan's dad was murdered over gambling debts that Jordan didn't pay with the mob. Look it up, dude. Look it up. Look it up. Only facts here. That's libel, Blair. Yeah, it's also a joke, you fuck. Yeah, but that wouldn't surprise me, though. That's also why he retired the first time, was because he was gambling on his own. He was gambling on his own games, and David Stern's like, if we fucking Pete Rose your ass, it's going to set the NBA back 20 years. So go play baseball, and you'll miss a season and a half, and then come back, and I'll just be like, he was playing baseball, guys. Greatest player of all time. It does seem like that's the only... I mean, look. The documentary's kind of painting this as he was burnt out. There's so much spotlight. It's tiring. It's, the GM's a dick. The owner doesn't get it. The players are weird. Yeah, and that's why he was just kind of burnt out from it. Yeah, sure. Or the most competitive person who have ever lived lost a lot of money and then was betting on the only thing he could actually control, the games he played in. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but that one, it's first of all, it's hilarious if that's true. Second of all, we'll never know. I think like it's a wink, wink. Phil Jackson, David Stern, Michael Jordan. They're like, all right, guys, this is what happened, and then they don't tell anybody else. Just the fact that I know about it seems like, are we sure? So, like, okay, someone just pulled this out of their ass and said, this is what's happening now? This is what happened, okay? Don't tell anyone. I don't know. It's like aliens. You want to believe that they have tentacles and they come down here and they'll talk to us in English and then they'll fuck us and we'll have a nice super species. But in reality, they'll come down here and exterminate us, that's okay. Right? That's okay. That's okay. I'm enjoying the Jordan doc, though. It is kind of nice. Another thing, so I'm on Disney Plus now. I've had the login stuff for forever. I had to ask my brother for it. Well, I had my dad, my brother, and I all went in on Disney Plus because my dad wanted to watch The Mandalorian, which sucks, by the way. The Mandalorian is awful. Then Star Wars, dude, it just really took a nosedive. Because here's the thing about Star Wars. It started out back in the day, it blew up. It was so cool. Everyone was into Star Wars. No one was like, Star Wars, fucking nerd, you're a loser. No, everyone loved Star Wars. Everyone was all in with it, right? And it blew up. And then, after a while, when something gets too big, people are like, hey, can you just chill on that, all right? And the guys that don't chill on it are the pimple-faced nerds that we know with glasses that do...
Hey, my name's Kyle, and I've seen Star Wars 147 times. And I don't know what a vagina looks like.
See, and that was the nerddom for a long time. So you're nerds. Oh, you're into Star Wars still 20 years later? I mean, fucking chill. And the prequels came out. It was kind of cool, again, for a second. But again, people are like, this sucks. Went away. Then we're starved for it again. Now it's like, okay, let's bring it back. Let's try it again. Comes back. We're all like, whoa, Star Wars, sick. And then 17 movies and 3 years later were, wait, what? Why are you guys ruining this? They ruined it. They oversaturated the market, and now even kids don't give a shit about it. Like, if you're an adult who loves Star Wars, Chaz, and you're like, man, I got the posters in my room and all the t-shirts, and it's the new ones, and Jar Jar Binks is my favorite character. He's so funny. Even an 8-year-old's like, hey, man, you suck. Can you not? Just a little kid. I love the idea of a little kid being to an adult male. Can you not? With the Star Wars stuff, please? It would be so cool if you would just stop with the Star Wars stuff, please. Rey's so hot. Is she? Is Daisy Ridley that hot? Watch her in like a regular movie about people in a... Fuck it. Watch Daisy Ridley. Here, I'll get it. Okay, I got it. Dude, watch a movie with Daisy Ridley where she I can't speak. Watch a movie where Daisy Ridley plays a cashier and tell me how hot she is. She's not. You think... Do we think people are hot because of the way they're painted to us, right? Like, if a movie star, they obviously have more appeal than... Like, we're attracted to the energy of that. Of a lot of times of the character. They're not even saying their own words. I don't care who it is. You give Rebel Wilson a lightsaber and have her flip around and some shit with her hair done all funky, I'm going to try and fuck her probably. I'm probably going to be into her. Most people would be. If you're on Star Wars in any capacity, it makes you kind of hot because they will make you look dope. But if you take them out of Star Wars and put them somewhere else, you're not really that. Like Carrie Fisher. She was so hot as Princess Leia. Do you see her when Harry met Sally? Looked like a lunch lady. Looked like a lunch lady who used to be a secretary. And then she blew the principal and got demoted. Shut up, table. Love when you hit the table in the middle of the punchline. That's great. Love that. Love that. The people love that too. I can tell you guys are big fans of when I do that. I am really digging the setup though, guys. I think the angle is much better. The light is better. The mid-morning, dude, the caffeine hits me and I'm fucking ready to go. No beers yet. I don't know. Now that I'm drinking again, it's like, I'm good for the beers today. And then I'm like, maybe I'll have one beer. Maybe I'll have 2 beers. And the next thing I know, the Jordan Doc's on and I'm having a little bit of whiskey. God, I miss whiskey. I miss the buzz. When it's lighter, I like... Because don't do shots during the day, but sip beers during the day. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm after. And there's no rules because it's fucking quarantine. And the lockdown's never gonna end. You guys get what I'm trying to say? Ooh, speaking of Disney, here we go. So some movies we understand that some movies, the rewatchability plays into why they're so good. Like, it's not going to win any awards, but you've seen it 100 times because it's just a comfort view. Like A Knight's Tale. You can watch it 100 times. It should never win any award other than the award that makes you want to get into a nice warm. See, it's like, I'm leaving that one in too, because I want you to know that sometimes I sound like a fucking idiot and I can't even get through a sentence. A Knight's Tale makes you want to just curl up in a blanket, sit on a couch, eat popcorn. They're jousting and they're talking in a contemporary lingo. I love it. I'm the same way. I do love that shit. Number one ever for me, most rewatchable movie where I watch it and I feel good is Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one. Curse of the Black Pearl. It's so good, dude. Okay, it isn't like a new thing for me, dude. I was in the 5th, 6th grade, maybe, when it came out. It came out in 2003. So I must have been in 2006. I was a freshman, so I was in 5th grade. What I would do every night, first of all, we rented it on pay-per-view. And then I recorded it with a VCR. So then I had my little tiny, little black box. I had a TV. this big that my mom got for high school graduation, so in the fucking 70s. And I had a VCR hooked up with that, and I had the little VHS tape. And I would put it in there, and it would start from 5, 4 with the DirecTV pay-per-view template, 3, 2, 1, and it would go right in, and I'd put it on every night to fall asleep. It was so good. I love that movie. It's just one great scene to another. There's no fat, there's no air. Everything makes sense. I mean, if you're the person who goes back and it's like, well, actually, he got stabbed after he had the ring went in there, and then he got shot the other guy. That doesn't make it. Fuck yourself, dude. Come on. Talk to a girl. Okay? Beat off into something other than a pillowcase. Come on, dude. Get on Tinder. Get on Hinge. Get on Bumble. Get on Grindr. I don't care. Have something else to do with your time, dude. People that go back and look at movies, oh, God, you're such a fucking loser. It's one thing to just be nerdy. It's like, I like this thing. It's a whole nother thing to go and try and punch holes.
Well, in Interstellar, the stars were aligned. You know that the stars, you looked at this time of the year, this time of the...
It's like, dude, do you want to know what a pussy looks like ever? Do you want to see one? I'll tell you what it looks like. I'll even tell you what it feels like. Just do something better with your time, man. Try cooking. Learn how to cook. That's what you should do. If you're spending time trying to punch holes in the scope of reality of a clearly fictional movie, let it go, dude. It's a movie about pirates. And they do a great job of making pirates seem appealing. You know what pirates did? They raped and they pillaged. They pillaged and they raped. They were bad guys. They're not good. But you make it Disney, it's like, are you sure? Disney's like to the pirates, hey, do you guys rape? No. We're the good pirates. We don't. We would okay. We pillage, yes, and we rape very rarely. Almost never. We almost never rape. Okay, we do. Okay, but that's just Tim. Tim over there, he's a wild card, but his dad died last year, gangrene in his neck. So, and they were foreign. Come on, they were Thai guys, girls, whatever. We don't. For the sake of this question, no. If you ask me 4 or 5 more times, some of us do. Yeah, some of us do. Is that cool? What if we're white guys with dreadlocks? Is it fine? If I braid my goatee, will that void the rape stuff? Okay. Also, all of us are gay. Is that cool? Yeah, we're at sea for years at a time, so you better believe we're just banging each other because it's like, dude, a hole's a hole. Right? Ugh. Dude, imagine the stank dick on a pirate. Ugh.
I want to be a pirate.
Okay, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be alone in the space station. It's not appealing. Some things, they're only cool in movies. All right? Pirates, astronauts are kind of cool, but no one goes to the moon anymore, so it's not as cool as it used to be. You know, doctors seem pretty cool in film and television. In real life, they're weird. Because, you know, you can only watch so many people die on your table before it's like, all right, man, I don't know if this is worth the 8 figures I'm making. Also, dude, if you're the kind of person that calls out the line of a movie before it happens in the movie, I keep saying that over. If you're the kind of... Dude, just don't be that guy, okay? Just don't be the guy who's like, Sevi. Intent on wooing such creature, Sevi. And then they say it 6 seconds later. Don't fucking do that. Spoilers. I know I've seen it, but let them say it. You can do that with music. Music, you say it as it happens. You sing along. Singing along is okay. If you call out a line of a song before it comes out, it's like I have to listen to you say it by yourself with your shitty voice. Let them do it. Hey, who sings that? That's like that dad joke. Hey, who sings that? Who sings that song?
Brittany.
Yeah, let them do it. Let them do it. You shouldn't do that anymore, okay? Deal? But what's also weird about that is I hate people that do that, but I do that sometimes. Isn't that messed up? So it must feel good because you want to prove that you know it and you're excited that the line is coming. So maybe it just spills out of your mouth like hot molasses falling out of your mouth. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weirdo who does that. Who thinks it's, but also things annoy me, and they shouldn't. Because nothing's that important that you should let it bother you. But if it happens over and over again, then it's like, okay, we get a little bit where you're coming from, Blair. It kind of makes a little bit more sense. Oh, yeah. Oh, gearing up for a road trip. I'm getting ready. I'm heading north. Going to go back. Well, assuming I don't have Corona. I'm getting tested for Corona tomorrow. Just got a match on Tinge. No big deal. Her name's Lindsay. It's not going to work out. But I'm going to drive up north and with a friend of mine, Anastasia Platnikova. She's Mexican. We're driving up north. Long drive. 8 hours the first day, and then probably 10 to 12 the second day. Which I'm going to film the entire thing of, and she's probably going to hate me by the end of it. But I think it'll be interesting to do, because it's a real true, we're driving up the coast. That's kind of cool, right? Maybe pick up a hitchhiker, put him in the back, have a nice little devil's three-way. That's where they both fuck me. Yeah. And they're going to... Isn't that kind of what happened with that one chick that killed that guy, or killed her roommate, Amanda Knox? They're having like a sex game, and then she died. And they blamed it on some black guy that ran out at the end. That's so... See, America isn't the only place that's racist. Hey, there's 2 white girls, and another guy, he's Spanish, or he's Italian. And your roommate's dead. Looks like she's been choked to death. And you guys were home, right? You guys were home? Okay. There was a black guy outside. All right, we'll chase him. You said it was a black guy outside? He clearly did it. No, I know he did it. I know. He killed a white woman. You guys are both covered in blood, and your fingerprints are everywhere, and you have your alibis don't match up in any way, shape, or form. No, yeah, it was the black guy. Yeah, for sure, it was the black guy. We'll catch him. Over there, you said? Is he over there? Okay, cool. We'll go over there and see if he's okay. Perfect. No, you guys are good. I am going to put you in prison for like 8 months, just so we can cover our bases. But for the most part, trust me, we will blame it on the black guy. Deep cuts at Amanda Knox at the end of the podcast. I mean, what are you even going to... All right, you know what I'm going to do? First of all, that was a great riff on Amanda Knox. So if you're not with it, that's okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you for not being with it. But at the same time, I'm throwing some heat at you guys before noon. You're welcome. Okay, I'll end with this because we're right around the 30-minute mark, and I'm giving you guys all kinds of free content, guys. It's not going to be free forever. Remember that. At some point, it'll no longer be free, and you'd be like, "I wish it was still free." Yeah, me too. I too wish it was still free. No, I don't, because I'll be getting paid for it. Twitter. Do I want to get on the Twitter? Maybe I'll open with that next time. Okay, on the next pod, I'll open with why Twitter is just... I mean, you follow one porn account on Twitter, and the next thing you know, all you're seeing is just all the fake asses all the time, always twerking. And it's not a good... Dude, fake asses are gross. Now, if I was in front of a fake ass right now and she was like, I need you to eat my ass, I'm not going to say, ew, fake asses. Ugh. I'm a hypocrite. Okay? I will openly shit. I will openly shit on something. But then when presented the opportunity to do that thing, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm fickle. I'm not a good guy.
That band's a sellout.
Hey, do you want $2.5 million right now? No questions asked? Just sign this contract. Fine, have it. What? And then, like, in the deep, dark thing, it's like, oh, you have to do a reading for Nazis? You're like, ugh. 2.5, though? Count me in. All right, we did it. That was good. Yesterday, I think I was a little bit more reeled in. A couple fuck-ups here and there, but that's to be expected when you talk. Dude, literally, the way in which I speak sometimes, it's like a weed whacker. And you know how it catches and goes, that's my mouth. I can't help it. I'm hoping at this point you guys speak the language, though. You know what I'm saying. You might not, though. You might also just be listening, hoping I fuck something up. But we did it. Whatever. We did it. Even that last thing I just said, I said we did it, but I said it so fast it sounded like, we did it. Good. I'm happy with this. And the hoodie looks nice. And maybe I'll do it. Should I do a freeze frame for the... Boom, freeze frame done. We're over. I'm out.